How you doing, YouTube? Matt Massa Beer Reviews back with a little bit of unboxing. More unboxing. It's been unboxing week. I am very blessed when it comes to beer mail. This one comes courtesy of my boy Dan. First time he was actually sending off a box. And he's like, hey man, got some beers. I'm from Jersey. He's like, I love what you do. Reviews keeping me sane during this whole COVID thing. Love to drop some beers off. And I said, okay, man, that's pretty freaking awesome. Mail them off. Here's my address. Thank you very much. Super appreciative. Couldn't be able to do this stuff without you. And he's like, yo, dude, you're like right down the street from where I need to go tomorrow. Can I just drop them off without having to mail them? I was like, yeah, dude. So, and this time we want to do our whole social distancing thing, so I couldn't hang out and actually meet him. Did like a quick hello, wave, goodbye, that kind of stuff when he dropped them off. But he ended up dropping off in my house, so it's kind of cool, you know, they're kind of kept cold, they haven't been jostled around, all that kind of fun stuff. He was driving a pretty badass Jeep, so he can't be that bad of a dude. So anyway, let's dive in this sucker, see what she's got. Yeah. Oh, I love easy openings, man. I didn't even have to use a knife or anything like that. And he put a nice note on there that's upside down so you guys can't read it. It says, hope you enjoy some of the beers I've been drinking during quarantine. Stay healthy. Dan. Thank you very much, brother. Look at this stuff. Ooh, one of these in here I really want. I've been looking for one of these. There's a bunch of all together. There's a fucking mystery there in here. Yeah, okay, let's dive into this sucker. Oh. See, that's the kind of trick, too. When you actually get handed beers off and they're not chipped, there's usually, like, way more beer in there because you don't have to worry about padding and all that kind of stuff. So, anyway, let's dive into this stuff. So we got a bunch of Bolero Snort over here. I do get a decent amount of Bolero by me, but not a ton of it. Oddly enough, it's usually like the same kind of beer over and over again. So what do we have here? We have Berliner Weiss. This is the Berliner Weiss with blueberry, tangerine, 4.9%. A little Bolero up in this piece. They're known for their bull puns, hence the whole BS Bolero Snort bull thing. We have the Bull Pop. I've had this beer before. I don't believe I reviewed it. It's another Berliner Weiss beer with raspberry, cherry, and lime. Yeah, these are all hyper fresh too. A little bit of a 4th of July kind of blow pop. What are they? Bomb pops, I think is what they call them. Kind of vibes going on in that one. So there you go. A little BS up in this piece. And then last but not least, maybe there's more Bolero Snort, I don't know. And it's another one of their Berliners. So it's a Berliner Weiss with mango, pink guava, and pineapple, 4.9%. You guys can probably hear Taco freaking out in the background, barking like a maniac. It's always nice. So yeah, Berliner jams. We'll be chugging on those. 2 mystery beers, just for quick showing. Love me some mystery beers. They got that nice gothic kind of electrical tape thing going on with them. And then looks like we have a 4-pack of All Together. It's pretty fucking awesome. So I get to do a bunch of All Together ones. We have Boleros All Together. Someone was talking about this last night, actually, on our All Together video we did. If you guys want to go check out our live video from last night, it was me, Kyle from No Hate Beer Reviews, and Mike and Sean from Nerd Sense. We actually drank a bunch of All Together beers together and kind of not necessarily rated them. We talked about which ones we liked, which ones we didn't, but it was more just kind of pushing the whole All Together kind of thing and pushing you guys to go out and contribute and donate and all that kind of fun stuff. So these are all going to be the same exact beers as far as concept, but they're going to be markedly different from brewery to brewery. So this is Bolero's version. We have Kane's version, which is very cool. These are all a bunch of the variants that I've really wanted to try. Fort Nonsense, we have their version. I'm all for doing this beer. I'll give you a quick backstory. Had a really bad experience at Fort Nonsense. That kind of turned me off from the brewery. And I just kind of I'm kind of one of those people that might hold grudges a little bit too long. And basically, long story longer, I went to the tap room. And I went there, I think, once or twice before, and it was fine. The beers are nice, but I popped in one day with my wife. I was like, let's go, man. I haven't been to this place in a while. And the tap room area is super duper duper small, like very small. And, it's not that small, but the bar is small. Let's put it that way. There's only literally 2 places you could sit at the bar, and then it's an L bar. You could sit at one end of the L, the small end. The long end is where people go up and get their beers. I went up and I got a beer. And I went up and got a beer, and I drank it, and it was empty. When I finished it, there was nobody in the place. And then someone came in for a growler fill. They filled that person's growler. Fine. Whatever. It's okay. No one was there. Another person came in right when that person was walking out. They filled their growler. And then 4 people came in and they filled every single person's growler. So I waited actually 40 minutes. I was curious to see how long it would take. And I'm sitting right next to the dude. And my glass is empty. And I'm like, really, guy? Like, and there's 3 people behind the bar and only 1.5 people are filling stuff and they're just talking. I'm like, that's the kind of shit that pisses me off because it's so hard to actually, make a buck and kind of survive in this kind of climate and stuff like that. So I was really kind of turned off by it. And I actually wrote something on, not Yelp or whatever, just on Facebook or Instagram. I was kind of disappointed, and they said, we apologize and all something. I'm like, that's fine. But I haven't had anything since, and that's probably over a year ago. So it's by time I get back on the horse. So there you go. Fort Nonsense, you're out of you're off my shit list officially. Right now. And, yeah. Then we have Carton Brewing. This is the one I really wanted to try. I love carton stuff. But of course, we had to have Augie fucking everything up and doing, like, everybody does it all together on one end, and then they do their own thing on the other side. Augie does this fucking crazy shit that he typically does, because that's what Augie does. So he doesn't listen to the rules, he doesn't follow the rules, he just does what he wants to do. This is one I really wanted to try too. So this came out, a little bit over a month ago. So all these are pretty hyper fresh, but this is probably one of my favorite labels though, because it has pictures of all the breweries that were contributing to all together at the time in which they actually produced this can. A lot of more breweries have jumped on board since then, but yeah, one of the more unique label ones. So there you go. Look at that. A nice little shelf of beers. Thank you very much, dude. Dan killing it with the jersey. Awesomeness. Can't wait to dive into mystery beers. The whole thing is absolutely fantastic. Super bummed we couldn't hang out, dude. I would love to have just cracked a beer and just shot the shit, because that's kind of what I want to do. But, I live on a farm, and on this farm is myself, and on the same plot of land is actually my mother-in-law and brother-in-law, so it's unfair for me to bring people on if they don't want people on. We'll catch up and have a beer soon enough. So anyway, jumping to actual chat real quick. We have Clinton Watts. Greetings from Winston-Salem. Not quite Asbury Park. Winston-Salem. Where the hell is that? I think you're joking. Not quite Asbury Park. Is that actually down by Asbury Park? So if you're from Jersey, what's going on, homie? Other than that, the only thing I want to talk about is beer. I got a free glass today. Look at that glass. Maine Brewing Company glass. Can I make it? There you go. A fancy Maine Brewing Company glass. Ooh, look at that. You know what I like about this? And I actually posted this on my YouTube channel, or as a post. I got this glass because I went and got a growler of, as you can see here, I got a growler of Maine Brewing Company's their dinner, which is their double IPA, 8 and change. And I got this as a growler fill at the place I get lunch from in Blairstown, which is like 10 minutes away, for $15 for 64 ounces. 64 ounces of this beer at the brewery, mind you, is $32. So, yeah, talk about making lemonade out of lemons when it comes to the whole quarantine thing. I kind of hit the jackpot on this one. And, it is what it is. It's not like I kind of, asked them to make it super cheap, I assume the taproom's not make a ton of money on this. But in the grand scheme of things they offer it, I'm going to take them up on that offer. So that was kind of my big score. Not a beer that I've tried to get and passed, that I've been contemplating driving to Maine for. I got at half price on draft, 10 minutes from my house. That's how beer has changed, ladies and gentlemen. That's how everything has changed so crazily over the past 5 to 8 years when it comes to beer. A beer that normally you would have no way of actually getting with halfway decent whatever, and then you get it for half price. So yeah, put it in this trail keg, and that's the funny part. I got this trail keg. The company reached out to me. Oh man, that's good. I sound old too. It's fresh.
this company reached out to me and was like, hey man, we'd love to send you one and see if you're interested in it. And I was like, I usually don't do product promo stuff. But I said, you know what, it kind of looks interesting. I want one, so I'll do it. And I dug it for what it is, but I haven't used it a ton. I actually used it for way more for like weird stuff like soda and cocoa and stuff like that. And basically, it's just it's basically a growler with a tap system and a CO2 thing and a pressurized system and all that stuff. So that way, if you do want to get beer, if you want to get 64 ounces, or if you have a bigger container, you can do that, and the beer stays fresher better. So I've been using it for a lot of different things, kombucha, a bunch of different stuff outside of beer. So I actually use it quite a bit, but I don't remember the last time I put beer in this. And I was like, oh shit, $15. It was $12 for 32 ounces, or $15 for 64. So I was like, okay, do I really want 64 ounces of a 9%? And I'm like, wait a minute, I got my trail keg, and I looked, and they have these kind of proprietary kind of CO2 cartridge things. And they're not proprietary, but they're threaded. Most CO2 cartridges aren't. I'm like, oh man, I don't think I have any. And lo and behold, I had 2 left. So I got lucky. So it was a nice little find. So utilizing the trail keg again, which is pretty fun. Look at that lacing, man. God damn. Proper glassware, lacing. Yeah, this is everything I'm not, man. I'm usually just herky-jerky craziness. That does not suck. So there you go. A little bit of unboxing, a little braggadocious boasting about my cheap beer finds. I'm going to drink all this shit. It's going to be fantastic. You're going to watch me drink all this stuff. It's going to be fantastic. These all together, I'm probably going to do all at the same time. Like I said, we did the show last night. We did 3. I actually opened 4. I have 3 or 4 more coming that I'm going to do with the guys from Nerd Sense. And then I'll probably do these as a straight up video. So it's going to be fun. I like this all together stuff. So thank you very much, Dan, for actually sending this off. Clinton Watt says, I'm a North Carolina man. I was just talking about the Greetings from Asbury Park album. I have no idea what that means. That's probably some like Beatles reference or something like that, or bring Bruce Springsteen or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm weird. Anyway, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this unboxing. Hopefully you enjoy me drinking all this stuff. Hopefully you get yourself a little bit of 64 ounces of goodness on the cheap. Or properly priced. Support local.